Welcome to our lecture online, another one of these delightful JEE advanced questions, but now in this particular case, it probably will take less than 3 minutes to solve this one, which leaves you more time for the other more complicated ones. Now, what is going on here? We're dealing with the photoelectric effect. So if you draw in your mind a picture really quick, it would kind of look like this. We have an incoming photon that has a particular wavelength lambda. It is incident on an electron. If the energy of the photon is greater than what we call the energy required to free the electron, then the electron will ricochet away at some velocity v with some final kinetic energy. So as long as the energy of the incoming photon is larger than the energy required to free the electron will indeed go away at with some kinetic energy. So it all involves the energy of the photon coming in. So you know that the energy of a photon coming in is equal to Planck's constant times the frequency. And if you want to convert that, this is equal to h times the speed of light divided by the wavelength. So here you can see that the larger the wavelength, the smaller the energy. So, and it's a 1 over x kind of relationship. So you can see that the energy of a photon is proportional to a function that's equal to 1 over x. In other words, it's 1 over the wavelength, so it's a 1 over x kind of situation, which means the energy of the photon looks kind of like this relative to the wavelength. So now we need to figure out, let's see here, we're told that the stopping potential is v sub naught, and we're supposed to identify the correct variations between the stopping potential on the vertical axis and either lambda or 1 over lambda in the horizontal axis. All right, so if we're going to do a relationship between the energy of a photon and the stopping potential, so the stopping potential is the energy required to stop the photon from going through the circuit, from the electricity going through the circuit that's energized by the electrons that are freed by the incoming photons. So notice that the energy is 1 over x, is proportional to 1 over x. So the larger the energy, or I should say, the larger the wavelength, the smaller the energy, and therefore the smaller the potential energy. So you can see here that if x increases, or in this case if lambda increases, then there'll be less energy of the photon, and therefore we need less stopping potential. So as the wavelength increases, the incoming energy of the photon decreases as 1 over x, which means that the energy needed to stop will also be in the same proportion. So therefore A is a correct statement. It would not be a linear function because notice as lambda gets bigger, this is not a 1 over x curve. So yes, as lambda gets bigger, you need less stopping potential, but it's not a linear relationship, it's a 1 over x relationship, so B is not the proper content. Now what about 1 over lambda? Notice that the energy of the photon is proportional to 1 over lambda. So you can see here that it's a direct relationship between 1 over lambda. So here we're looking at a linear relationship. And as 1 over lambda gets bigger, the energy of the incoming photon gets bigger, the more stopping potential you're going to need. But it's a linear relationship. Here shows a linear relationship. That means this is the correct relationship. You can see that it's not proportional to an exponential or quadratic function. This looks like a quadratic or an exponential function. You know there's no relationship between the energy of the photon and 1 over lambda in terms of an exponential or quadratic equation, so therefore you know that D is not the correct answer. So the correct answer in this case is A and C, not B and D. And yes, you can, even though it took maybe 5 minutes to do this, you can kind of think through it very quickly and realize that A and C are the correct answer and move on to the next problem. And that is how it's done. 4.5. 4.5 minutes. Okay, but you can do this a lot quicker once you realize this, and you realize this. And that can be done in maybe 30 to 60 seconds and you're on your way.
Save it for another problem.
Save it up for take that 1 or 2 extra minutes and move it on to the next problem, because you'll probably need it there.